Hi everyone, my name is Gio from Mexico, and I'm going to read about an article about does skydiving change your life? Here's how it changed mine. This is an article about Cecilia Mali's experience, and I'm going to read that, and then I will, yeah, maybe tomorrow, I will to talk about my experience, my own experience. Okay, but in this case, we're going to, we're going to, well, I'm going to talk about experience uh, Cecilia Mali's experience. What do you want to be when you grow up? Cringe. I never had a specific goal in mind like everyone else seemingly had. But I can tell you what was never on my radar. Being a skydiver. And yet, 7 years into my journey, I work full time in skydiving industry. It's an absolute dream. I didn't realize I had come true. This is my skydiving story. It starts with what I thought would be a simple check on my bucket list and takes a sharp right turn into a pivotal experience. How skydiving changed my life? She said. These days, I'm more often asked, how did skydiving change your life? The answer is short and sweet in every way. A jump from a plane has enhanced my strength, opened my eyes to things I've needed to work on, and motivated me to follow through on opportunities for self improvement. I would never ask you to believe that skydiving can change your life without receipts. So please allow me to give you the play by play. Skydiving has altered my life in five paramount ways by teach me to just do it. Yeah, now when people talk about how they wish so badly that they could do something, but never seem to pull the trigger. Well, you actually can achieve those crazy dreams you have. The night before my 18th birthday, did the nerves let me get any should I? Absolutely not. Should I? Absolutely not. My mom and I trekked to the nearest drop zone to do my first tandem skydive. Yeah, if you have yet to experience the first jumps, I will let you in on a little secret. Walking through the doors of a drop zone is more intimidating than the job itself. Yeah. After a quick briefing and signing a bunch of papers, couldn't care less about. It was time to go. Suddenly, I was crouched down on the step of a Cessna 182 at 10,000 feet, entering freefall. Little did I know that this single tandem skydive that took about 30 minutes of my life will change the entire trajectory. After another tandem with mom, I quickly learned the sports was made up of just 13% women. I immediately signed up for a solo jump course. My instructor was kind but as at retirement, undoubtedly intimidating. I did my first solo jump, static line style, after a particular tumbling landing. Seriously, how does anyone stand up on their first landing? They say the best way to learn was to get right back in the saddle in the saddle. My mom dropped me back to the drop zone the very next morning, and I was hooked. For the first time, I can remember these beginnings jumps made life scenes black and white. I wanted to try skydiving. I love it. I wanted to keep doing it. So I did. Put yourself out there, embrace the awkward, compliment people, humble yourself and apologize and take accountability. Well, we've only got one shot on this life, and we shouldn't waste in living unintentional. To develop a deeper sense of compassion. I was presented with the opportunity to cross the pond and visit Ireland. Was was it for Ireland awesome? Skydiving weather? Ha, hard no, but they do have absolutely incredible people. Cecilia, how in the world did you manage to get the Irish Parachute Club? Thankfully, an English jumper named Wayne could regularly give me a ride from the city center of Dublin in the wee hours of the morning. I will never forget this initially awkward and eventually refreshing drives or the accompanying hams jambobs. On the ground side of the round through the Irish countryside. Um, did I did I once land so far off the drop zone that operations were shut down for nearly 3 hours above the planes were used to search for me? Yep, I was great at being the damn American and still for no reason other than pure goodness. The drop zone donated a skydiving ride to me with the stipulations that I, too, would pass it along. Talk about good karma, but it was a missing and critical component. An AAD, it's an automatic activation device that I simply could not afford. Enter the scene. I love Russian man, Mikhail, who quickly became a great mentor. He told me, I'll buy you an AAD and you can pay me back €8 per month. Uh, Libras, I don't know. That's 2 coffees. Can you handle that? Mikey also taught me how to pack a parachute. I paid off the AAD last year. These acts of kindness made me realize that people can be good without expecting anything in return. Mind blow. And this holds true for every person I meet in the sport. Going to any drop zone and having my faith in humanity constantly revived has influenced me to be one of these good people for others. To embrace a mindset of thankfulness. Suspending a mile above the earth by strings and nylon, soaking in the golden hour, my soul feels full and thankful to God that I can do this. This moment of quiet suspension is so surreal that it makes us feel like everything is simple, and this physical change in perspective seems to catalyze a mental shift that makes you thankful to be alive. I think this feeling is why skydivers joke that skydiving is cheaper than therapy. My dedication to this sport has also opened my eyes to how sporting my now join friends and family. It takes a lot to care about something you don't understand solely because you care about the person who does it. And this has been revelatory in how I do value others. To be more gently and grounded. Skydiving often defies personal agendas, which highlights my struggle with adaptability. Skydivers rarely go to plan, and it's important to be able to bounce back from disappointment. Hold up, I'm not talking about random skydiving. That is controlled with a highly experienced instructor. I'm talking about the skydivers planned between solo jumpers trying to nail a new skill. Learning never stops. Step backs will come, and piability is critical in skydiving life. Our problems on the ground seem pretty small from wide up there, and this isn't to invalidate the gravity of life, but rather put into perspective, it's really not that serious. That allowed myself to grow. We seems to have this belief that people can change their minds. Meeting new people and having new experience should push us to form new opinions and grow. Skydivers are an eclectic group of individuals. Had I never taken that first jump, some of my best friends might not be in my life, which fills me with so much gratitude. Could I have developed this trait at some point? Absolutely. But undoubtedly, much later and most likely in less intense dose. Skydiving has laid a path for me development into a person I am proud to be at 25. The most growth happens when we say yes to the uncomfortable and intimidating things in life. Why does skydiving do for you mentally? We often have to consciously remind ourselves to live in the moment. But with the skydiving, we will have to force ourselves to not be totally absorbed in the moment. Prayers is the only other thing that give me gives me this overwhelming feeling of escapism and being able to experience this constantly and alongside some pretty rad people. It's straight up life changing. Skydiving slows my thoughts and gives me a sense of belonging in a sometimes lonely world. How is how is there how is where the jump plane is and knowing that home exists and all corners of the globe is an indescribable feeling. Thanks for hanging out and allowing me to share my skydiving story. Hope to get to experience the freedom of human flight too.